I might. Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to another amazing Saturday where we're all here to learn about an amazing breakthrough in health technology. My name's Alissa. I'm here with Stevie and Dan who want to present to you an amazing breakthrough in health. I'm a health practitioner myself. I looked at this, or Dan asked me to look at this 4 years ago and I said no. And eventually, after doing some research and some study myself and realizing the power on the amazing breakthrough of what this technology is, I thought I'd better jump on board. So excited. This is actually scientifically proven, where there's lots of medical staff that are using this. And if you are here to find out ways to help your own health and to help those that you love, then please take lots of notes because it's amazing. So we have Stevie Aquilina that's going to share with us today about this health technology, what it is and how it can help us. Stevie is an amazing global leader. He's got a big heart for helping people and has a desire to get this to as many people as possible because he knows the power of this technology as well and wants to help others. So Stevie, love working with you and thanks for being here to share with us what this technology is.
Thank you very much, Alissa. I really appreciate working with you too. And, you know, not just because you're a great gal, but and not just because you're a health professional and not just because you're an exceptionally experienced entrepreneur, but also because I know in your heart sincerely beats the mission of ASEA, which is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. So I really appreciate you and the opportunity to work alongside with you. And thanks for looking after me. And
love working with you.
Awesome. And g'day, everyone. All the Americans practice that with me. G'day. I'm glad you're here. G'day.
G'day.
G'day. Nice one. Vegemite Viking. All right. So here we go. And I want to thank you everyone for jumping in here and spending your evening or your morning or your afternoon or wherever you are in the world with me. I do appreciate your time significantly because it is of significant value. Because look, if you didn't like what you heard here today and you wanted a refund, I could just give you back your money. But your time is not something that I can refund you. So I'm very glad that you've decided to spend such value with me. And in return, I hope that I give you some value as well. I believe I'll do that because the information that I'm going to share with you, when it was first handed to me almost 6 years ago now, it's been high priority for me to bring it to everybody's attention because the level of importance of this information is extremely high because the level of impact and difference that it is making in people's lives is exceptionally deep, incredibly deep. This is changing, bettering, and giving people their lives back. And I dare say that when you see this important information, you're probably going to want everyone in your life who is important to you to know about it too. And so I'm filled with a great sense of sincere responsibility to allow everyone to have access to this information, just as my best mate Dan allowed me to have access to it too. And so here we go. What I'll be sharing with you is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Now, it's not me saying that, it's medical doctors, medical researchers, scientific researchers. You know, the discovery of DNA and penicillin were huge medical discoveries, but these medical science experts are saying that this breakthrough is very big and goes even deeper than anything we've ever seen before. So we'll go over an entirely new, never seen before, and exciting new frontier in science that for 2 decades, science had actually declared was impossible. This is a breakthrough with enormous potential. Now that's proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratories around the world who are studying this, clinically trialing this, testing this. It's a very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, any health challenges you can think of, remarkable results, and drug companies wanted it shut down. More about that a little later. But before we go into what this is, let's get absolutely clear about what this is not. This is not a drug. It's not a vitamin, not a mineral, and it's not an antioxidant formula. It's not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots of magical 5,000-year-old trees, CBD oils, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of that other stuff. What we'll be talking about instead is something you've never heard of before, probably, because it's an entirely new frontier in science, a truly groundbreaking, but also category creating healthcare breakthrough. Alissa redox cell signaling technology contains active redox signaling molecules. And aside from being a mouthful, what are these redox signaling molecules things? Well, they are molecules that are made by your cells. They are the exact same cellular messages made natively in your body that allow cell-to-cell signaling, cell-to-cell communication to, well, not just occur, they are the cell-to-cell communicators. They're allowing cell-to-cell and cell signaling and gene expression to be affected in a positive way. So let me give you one example, just one example of that. Redox signaling molecules allow your cells to talk, to signal, to communicate, and detect which cells are healthy. And then the redox molecules tell those healthy cells how to protect themselves and stay healthy and alive. At the same time, these redox signaling molecules detect which of your cells are unhealthy, and they tell those cells how to repair themselves back to good health and how to stay alive. However, if the unhealthy cell is too damaged to be repaired, then the redox molecules will tell that cell to die. And then the redox molecules will tell a healthy cell how to copy itself to replace that lost cell. Now, that is a remarkable process because that is actually the process that allows your body to regenerate its own tissue, otherwise known as how your body heals itself. And here's another example. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, maybe you want to underline that one, and infection. Bottom line is redox signaling molecules are keeping your cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this important? You are made all of cells. Therefore, you live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy life, and what's keeping your cells healthy are these redox signaling molecules. They're telling your cells how to stay healthy. So your redox biochemistry is foundational to all cellular health and healing, and therefore all of your body's health and healing. It's an essential, redox is an essential function of normal physiology. In fact, a wide range of biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling in and among your cells. In other words, let me put it to you straight. If all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, when we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. However, with age, stress, diet, toxins, and other environmental assaults, our cells break down. And our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. As such, guess what? Our cells break down even more. And with it, so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. So Alissa takes science seriously, so much so that they do not do any scientific studies themselves. Instead, Alissa is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. Alissa redox users really do enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Let me give you an example. Alissa redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways or affect genes that improve immune system health. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Help maintain a healthy inflammatory response. Help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity. Improve gut health and digestive enzyme production and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, what does all of that mean? Well, these genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Now, on top of all that, ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. In further studies that are related to that, ASEA has proven to lower oxidative stress. Head professors of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Significant, ladies and gentlemen, very significant, because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And in millions of dollars of toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be with 0% toxicity. It is 100% safe. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're body native. That means they're already in you. Your body already makes them. So why would you drink ASEA to get more redox in your body? Because your body can't make as much of them anymore like it did when it was younger. So if you have health challenges, or if you have loved ones that you want to help who have health challenges, if you have a wish to look, live, and feel young again, if you have the sense for protecting your health, maybe that's more important to you now more than any other time in our history, because you don't want to become old and you don't want to become unwell. If you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goals you can think of, redox users and their medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. So on that note, let's hear from some medical doctors and what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. that's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, which can be hard to see, right? Let's talk about it from the outside in, because that's easier to see. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, Renew 28 Revitalizing Redox Gel, and Renew Advanced Intensive Redox Serum. These two products are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products, Renew Advanced Gentle Refining Cleanser and Ultra Replenishing Moisturizer. But a picture speaks 1,000 words, so let's let some of the pictures do some of the talking now. You're going to see more than anti-aging effects. You're going to see, in many regards, age-reversing effects, lines disappearing, wrinkles being ironed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being rejuvenated, being replenished, being replaced, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions being brought back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, this is Rosie, and believe it or not, Rosie didn't believe that the products were doing anything. Look at those first two pictures after just 7 weeks. Now, she didn't take these pictures, which is why she missed it, even though we can see the dramatic difference. It was Rosie's doctor that took these pictures. What do you think she thought after the doctor presented this? And have a look at the change after the next 3 years. Now, moral of this story, number 1, take pictures. When you get back to your friend because you want to get started, or your family member and you want to get started and you want to see how this goes, take pictures. Write yourself a scorecard and retake those pictures and remark that scorecard weekly. And that's how you see how this goes. Second moral of the story is some people notice results very quickly, like Rosie, some even quicker, by the way. And some people need to apply more product and more patience. What we know scientifically with studies on ASEA is that it works almost instantaneously. There are almost instantaneous benefits from the moment, because the body doesn't have to figure it out. It goes to work immediately and it's safe. Redoxyl molecules are redoxyl molecules. They work in every single person, every single time. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. This doctor decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you tell which side he did versus which side he did not use the product? I'll give you some clues. The lines running down either side of corner of the mouth. Have a look there. Have a look at the right lines running down either side of the nose towards the mouth. Have a look at the cheeks. Maybe one has more bagginess compared to the other. Maybe even more lines too. And maybe this is the biggest clue of all. Look at how the glasses are slanting to one side of the face, maybe suggesting more droopiness on one side as opposed to the other. So Dr. Marty Moran is his name. And thank you very much, doctor, for walking around like a weirdo, just so you could prove to us all. For 28 days, by the way. Imagine walking around like this for 28 days. But he did that so he could prove how effective these redox molecules are where you apply them. Now, it's not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies. Have a look at these ones. I know this lady. This was after her second baby, I believe. So it's not like these were new. And also, this was a study that was done because there are reports coming in all over the world that people were using Renew 28 where they had cellulite, and that cellulite was disappearing. And so this large world-leading laboratory did a study, and they found after 12 weeks that the appearance of cellulite where Renew 28 was applied was actually reducing. And so when they did an ultrasound to find out what was going on, they saw the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved after applying Renew 28 for 12 weeks. So quite incredible. All throughout history, it is told that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And what someone is trying to share with you right now is the greatest health and life science breakthrough, maybe not just of our lifetime, maybe of many lifetimes, as doctors are saying, this is where the future lies. Let me give you a lay of the land that will prove to you that this isn't just hype, that this is an enormous breakthrough with an enormous future. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in '98 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, well, since then, there have now been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is the National Library of Medicine, that is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 32,000, probably over 33,000 results right now. It's a very difficult slide for me to keep up with because there are more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules. Medical experts, scientific researchers are saying time and time again that redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. Let me give you a couple of examples. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held about, what do you think? Redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. So the race is on with medical and pharmaceutical industries to understand the complex paths and functions of redox signaling, but they're trying to earn recognition for discoveries and to create drugs for specific health conditions. They, however, face a very long and very slow process. Excuse me. While ASEA is already light years ahead for two simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that it was impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. That means that we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. Excuse me, and no other product in the world can help as many people or do what ASEA can do, no one. Nothing gets to the depth and level of achievement in the human body like what redox does. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across all of the health science sectors: healthcare wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, and ASEA works throughout all of them. Redox works on everybody. Nothing in the body works as well or at all without redox. Redox can't hurt anybody. Everybody needs redox. And ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Now, our mission at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. That is first and foremost to us. We want to help a lot of people. We can't do that on our own, and so we look for people to help spread the word. Now, ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing redox with others. So you receive a residual income not only from the first purchase, but also from every single ongoing purchase made by everyone you refer to as seer. On top of that, you also receive a residual income from the ongoing purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. So just think about this. We do it all the time. We recommend good movies, TV series, restaurants, cafes, books, whatever. How much did those movie producers, TV producers, cafe and restaurant owners, authors, how much did they pay you for recommending their stuff? People tell people who then tell other people who naturally tell other people. Word of mouth marketing is the most ancient and still most powerful form of marketing in the world. And there's no limits, especially with how connected the world is in today's age. Word spreads worldwide. And Alissa is currently in 35 countries. And we're opening up new markets almost every single year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. So for people looking for an extra, part-time, full-time, I just want more time, big time, or maybe a legacy leaving income. For business-minded people, or for people who are at least switched on enough to see a good thing when it's coming their way, this is a significant opportunity to be paid a significant income from the growth of this global expansion while making a significant difference in people's lives. And that's where it's all at. Really, there's nothing better than making a living than from bettering people's lives. That's exactly what you get to do and be a part of with a seer. You get to join forces with others who are also being a serious force for good in the world. You know, who you become and what you do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make you. However, not only can you make great money here, you can also be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world, have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences, and a great lifestyle. So why aren't you hearing about this from your doctor? And maybe you are, because there are now hundreds of doctors all over the world now recommending Redox to their patients and seeing unprecedented results. But big pharmaceutical companies, after seeing tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, well, they did offer to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive ownership to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA shut down. They wanted everyone taken off Redox. Thankfully, founders of ASEA, Vertus Norton and son Tyler Norton, said no to the payout and yes to the people. Because after Vertus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors not just feeling concerned, but feeling hopeless, quite frankly, to then experiencing life-changing power from redox signaling molecules. Well, after that, Vertus and Tyler were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so what had started as just a big business play had now become something more, an important and purposeful mission. The ASEA founders, Vertus and Tyler, turned down huge sums of money from pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and everyone without a prescription. And so as demonstrated in this first decision and in every other since, ASEA always puts people and principles before ego and economics. The ASEA founders and the ASEA corporate team, they come from Fortune 500 backgrounds and even bigger than that. And so they are exceptionally experienced in running big, profitable, global businesses. However, at the end of the day, it's people that matter most, and they pride themselves on never doing anything at the cost of people, only for the value and for the benefit of people. So you're in good hands. So I want to invite you to get back to the person who invited you here. Don't worry about what the time is in your part of the world, whether it's America, whether it's the Philippines, whether it's Thailand, whether it's I don't know where else you are, wherever you are in the world, welcome. And get in back with a touch with the person. They want to help you. Let them know what you saw here. Let them know what you like best about it. If you have any questions, just ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers. Look, there's plenty of university studies, but most important of all, there's hundreds of thousands of people's real redox experiences for you to see. A seer is the real deal. We all truly want to help you. I hope you get that. And I hope you get to become a part of this redox reality, because then you'll get to live better, healthier, younger, stronger, longer. And that would make me happy. But I've got to tell you, one of a seer's most foremost guiding principles is to become more. Because really what you become, that determines what you can overcome. And then that determines ultimately your income. So if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you'll pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others. Just invite them to something like this. And as their life becomes better, so will yours. If you decide to become part of being a force for good in the world with a seer, your life will be filled with more good. So thank you for giving me this time. May you always be happy. May you always be well. And a seer does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Thank you very much, Alissa. I appreciate you. I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Stevie, for that amazing information on how we can better our lives in all different ways, from our health through to our finances. I love the way you present it. I think you've been able to get a really complicated cellular structure and all of the difficult things all into a really simple concept. So thanks so much for sharing it in the way that you do, Stevie. We would love to hear from Dan. Dan Doyle is a famous person, I would say, particularly in the ASEA world. We're so lucky to have him with us. Dan was going to share with us his story and how this health technology has actually changed his life in all ways. Dan, thanks so much for coming on board and sharing with us your story, as I know you've done thousands of times. And I know that your story has been able to change thousands of lives already. So thanks again for your passion and sharing it with us all.
Oh, my pleasure, Alissa. Thank you so much for hosting. Thank you to Stevie. I love working with you guys. I love working with the team. I absolutely love Redox, obviously. I'm just going to take you off my video so you can concentrate on what I'm going to go through, guys, here. So, yeah, obviously from what you've just seen from the presentation from Stevie, I hope you're starting to understand the enormity of this breakthrough and what it can do for people with their health and for people financially. If anybody's not on mute, if everybody can put themselves on mute, please, that would be much appreciated. Okay, great. Alrighty, giving away things here. So I've got an incredible story. There's a lot of high impact stories with what this product's done for people, both on a health, from a health point of view and also financially. And as Stevie mentioned the disclaimer, the company's disclaimer, I'd always like to reiterate that because you know, these products are supplements. They're not pharmaceutical. They're not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But as I normally say, we can be cheeky, and these products, if used long-term, short-term, they are definitely a cure for skepticism. The thing I love about what we do is we don't sell anything to anybody or convince anybody of doing anything that they don't want to do. So we're just simply here to pass on information, and whatever you want to do with that information is totally up to you guys. So just relax, unfold your arms, uncross your legs. You're going to get some incredible information. As far as I'm concerned, a gift. Somebody has told you about this. You're on this call. You're hearing about this breakthrough. This would be one of the biggest gifts that you could ever receive or literally give to anybody in your entire life, as far as I'm concerned. I love helping people. I love helping people back to their health. I love helping people financially, because we can do both. We've got this vehicle called Alissa, and this vehicle can take people potentially back to their health or anywhere they want to go financially. So we can kill a lot of birds with one stone here. We have a solution to most people, if not everybody's problems that they're having, problems they're having in general, or, you know, with what's going on in the world at the moment. So let me take you on a little journey. This is my story. This is what led me here to you guys today, what led me to Alissa, and what brought me from a situation which was critical with my health to full health and even financial freedom. So I go back to Sydney, Australia. I'm based here in Honolulu in Hawaii at the moment, and I could be based somewhere else next week. It's amazing what we can do now, my wife and I. But I grew up in Sydney and played a lot of sports. I used to distract myself from school and played rugby, judo, gymnastics, aerobics, surfing, and this thing called bodybuilding. So for many, many years, I was a bodybuilder, and I was in the health and fitness industry back in these days. And I was a young entrepreneur with my own gym. And I used to personally train people and put them on diet programs, and, you know, on diets that used to help them with whatever they wanted to achieve with whatever sport they were doing. So I was 24 here, and if I fast forward literally 20 years, and over this 20 years, I've built and sold 20 traditional businesses, and still looking after my health at the age 44, but not a bodybuilder anymore. I just did a bit of cardiovascular work. I wanted to be in the best shape I could be in. I wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old when I got there that I could be. Many achievements over that period of time, employed 3,500 people, many different industries, from the security industry, health and fitness, as I said, to construction and hospitality, all sorts of businesses, quite successful. And fortunately, I was in this condition, and I didn't have any sort of weight on me, and I wasn't out of shape. So I was pretty in tune with my body. So if you fast forward 6 months from this photo, I found a little lump underneath my left rib, and that lump led me to many hospital visits. And this is a photo of me 6 months later in May 2011. So this was the start of a journey I didn't want to go on. You can see I've got no hair on my head, my eyebrows. I didn't have to shave, which was a bonus, but I had no hair all over my body from what they were doing to me in this hospital in Sydney in Australia. And I can tell you, through this 2.5-year journey, there's many times I didn't want to live. I didn't want to go on because of what they were doing to me. And it was just a horrendous thing to go through that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. This is a fake smile that you can see on my face. The only reason I'm smiling, I'm with a hero of mine, Johnny Manor, who played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. He was 21 in this photo. He'd been through all the hospital visits that I had started in this photo. Johnny had what you would consider the good one. I had 2 of the bad ones. And fortunately, up until this stage, he was in remission. But after this photo, he's came back. He went back into hospital, went back through what I was going through in this photo with what they were doing to him in that hospital. And unfortunately, he didn't come out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. So at the end of my 2.5 years, I said to my doctor, what's going to happen now? And I said, be straight with me. I want to hear what's going on. I need to look after my family. He said, get your affairs in order. So at that point, up until that point, I only believed in traditional medicine. I didn't believe in anything outside of that. But I knew at that point, I needed to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. And I needed to do some research and do what was best for me. Do what was best for me physically. Research led to an alkaline diet. I stopped eating red meat and drinking alcohol and all sorts of things that impeded my body from healing. And I literally went on this alkaline diet. Something that I did, though, I also found really good products from network marketing companies around the world. Now, this was a very hard pill for me to swallow because If people approach me in traditional business, when I was in traditional business about network marketing, if they approached me about Amway or this way or that way, I would definitely run the other way. I didn't believe in the business model. So this is where it was very hard for me to purchase products from network marketing companies, which is really silly. So any guest on this call that thinks that there's a business model that you shouldn't buy from, and there's great products out there and you're not going to buy them because of this particular business model, I can tell you it's not the way to go, because if I didn't buy these products, I can tell you I wouldn't be here today. So I was on products from Zengo, a whole bottle of mangosteen juice a day. I was on Life Vantage Pro Tandem, their Pro Tandem product, Kangen water. I was on Isogenics, their product B. I was on Max products, their Celgevity. All these products from all these network marketing companies. And I was taking these products religiously every day for 2 years. Now, you would think on the diet I was on, you would think taking those products, you would think my body would be heading in the right direction. Well, this next photo, after the 2 years on this diet and taking all these products I'm talking about, this is the result. And I'm going to ask you a question, and I'll remain silent for a few seconds. How do you think my health is in this photo? I can tell you that it wasn't good. I can tell you that my health was still heading in the wrong direction. My blood works were still very bad. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health in this photo. This photo was taken in October 2014. A friend of mine reached out to me, and all he said was, I think I found something that can help. Long story short, I flew to Salt Lake City, Utah in the US, and we started on this product, Alissa. And in 3 days, I had incredible results. In the first 3 hours, I was going through a detox that was happening so fast, toxins were coming out of my skin and leaving red spots all over my upper torso. Day 2, I've had a caffeine intolerance for 20 years. Any more than 2 coffees, I'm struggling with discomfort and bloating in my stomach, and that would go all day. And the next morning on this product, I had 6 coffees, and I went through the whole day. There was nothing to remind me of what I endured for 20 years. That problem was gone. I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital. I was having trouble breathing and talking at the same time. Walking up hills was a problem. Walking upstairs was a problem. You can hear I don't have a problem right now because the next day my lungs were functioning perfect. This all happened in around about 72 hours, drinking Alissa. It was amazing. It happened so fast I couldn't believe what was happening. I went home to Australia and I kept drinking the product. The unfortunate thing was it wasn't approved in Australia at the time. We had to double ship from the US. It was costing $300 per case, but I still managed to find the money for what we would consider or say would be the maintenance amount, drinking 1 bottle per week. Now, 1 bottle per week for several months, with getting blood works done every 3 months, my blood works were heading in the right direction, and my doctor was very surprised what was happening. Halfway through 2015, 8 months after I started on the product, and this is where I've had to think recently, and it was the business model behind Alissa that actually saved my life. And the reason I say that is because halfway through 2015, because I started sharing this incredible gift with family and friends and people I knew, the company started sending me thank you checks, and those thank you checks I invested back into my health, and that's when I started getting the real improvements. I started having the real wins. And by the end of 2015, 14 months after I started on the product, the doctors gave me some good news, and this is a photo on the day that they told me there was no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, major injuries from playing sports had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose had gone away. Lumps and bumps and a list of all these other issues that I had gone away. My whole body had rebuilt top to bottom in just over 12 months on this product. That was my journey back to health. Now, fast forward 2 years, and you tell me how I look. This here is a reflection of what was happening on the inside. And if you go back to this photo taken in October 2014, this is a reflection of what was happening on the inside of me at that time. This is a reflection of what was happening inside of me at the time with what you could see on the outside. And 3 years on the product, this is a reflection of what was happening inside of me at the time, 3 years on the product. I'm going to come back to you guys to Celebrity Squares. I'm going to stop sharing. And just have a little bit of a chat about what we experienced with the business side. So I would have never have imagined that 6 years ago, I would have been in the health situation that I'm in now, coming from no health to total health and looking younger and feeling younger. And if you can see me right now, hopefully you'll see that I'm hopefully looking younger again. I can tell you I'm the fittest and healthiest that I've felt in my entire life at nearly 53 years old. I had no intentions to start Alissa for the business. I was only interested in taking this product for my health. I was selfish. And for the first 5 months, I didn't share this with anybody, which is something that I'm regretting until today, because we know the power and the impact of the product. And I believe if I shared this with people earlier, that I could have helped a lot more people and changed and probably even saved a lot more lives. Thank goodness I made the decision to start sharing this with people. And that was because it became a responsibility. I mean, why keep it to me when I had all those results, all those incredible benefits from taking the product? Why would I keep that to myself? So I can tell you from what I've seen with this product, there's no other product out there that can do what this does. So if you're looking for a product for your health or for an opportunity, you don't have to look for any other shiny object anymore. This is the big one. So in the first 12 months of sharing this with people, we got to what you call diamond in our business. And I'd only heard of diamonds with other companies, within other companies, but I can tell you it's a substantial income. I mean, it's a nice 6-figure income. Fast forward 3 years, got to number 3 in the world. Fast forward to where we are today, 7-figure income. And I can't believe that you can produce something like this from a business model that I didn't believe in. But knowing what this is and the leverage and the power of network marketing with a company that has ticked every single box. And what do I mean by that? When you're looking for someone to align yourself with, you want to make sure they tick most boxes. I can tell you that every company out there cannot tick every single box like we can, because one, they will never have a breakthrough that we've got. There's nothing out there that can match, compete, compare with what we have. Stevie mentioned that. Nothing. And then when you've got the founders of a company that used to run Fortune 50 companies, the executives that come from their experience, the field leadership with their experience, coupled with the compensation plan and the ethos, the principles, values, the intention of this company to get this product to the world, it's just absolutely amazing what we've got our hands on. So Virtus, Nordenthal and Norden, they have left this legacy to humanity. As Stevie said, they could have sold out to the pharmaceutical industry, and they decided not to do that. I have made this my purpose-filled mission, and I am leaving my legacy to the world, which is something that I've never been able to do in the past through traditional business. Alissa, Stevie, I can see Coppo on here, Steve Copping, Diego and Saka. I can see a lot of leaders on this call that also want to leave this as their legacy to the world. And I can tell you there is not a more compelling opportunity in the world right now. And that's not just because what's going on, that was prior to the pandemic. And we're in a much better position today than anybody else is in, due to the fact that in bad economic times, people are always looking to look after their health regardless of what else they're going through in their life. It's a number one priority. Couple that with the pandemic. So we've got a product, a technology that can help people potentially take them back to their health from whatever they're going through. we've also got, as I said, this vehicle that can take people to anywhere they want to go financially. And people are looking for something right now to either do on the side as an insurance policy, just in case what we're going through now happens again. And we can help people to build a residual income by helping them to help people with this product and or financially. So with that, thank you for listening today. I'm going to hand back to Alissa to close out, and then we'll take it off recording and go into Q&A. So thank you very much, guys, and I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Dan. Your story is inspiring, powerful, and has changed thousands of lives already. So thank you so much again for sharing your story. I just want to open it up now. We've got 10 minutes before we finish for people who have questions. Stevie, Dan,